waited. It's had a history of thinking we were going to be doing this last spring and sort of delayed for multiple reasons, and the fact is this was exactly the right time to do it, and you are exactly the right people to be here. I know it's not easy in your busy lives to carve out 2 full days, and very grateful that you have chosen to play a part in YAST, a role as a facilitator that brings you a special expertise that will serve not only you as a person, but your team and your school, and probably beyond that. So thank you. Round of applause for your decision. So I think many of you have heard the Be the Buzz, the theme this year. Out of the first 2 years, when the students who were involved gave information to an outside evaluator, one of the things they said was that they really wanted to be more public. They wanted to lead community dialogue. They wanted to do more faculty meetings. They wanted to lead dialogue with their peers more frequently to be able to make that change happen that they were excited about. And so these 2 days represents the action taken so that you gain the skills, the confidence, like an amazing grab bag of alternatives that you can use that are awesome strategies. We're not about talking heads and lecturing people. We're about getting people engaged in what we care about. And the only way we can do that is to have strategies that make sure that everybody in the room is talking about what we hope they're talking about and caring about what we care about in whatever different slices, and it could be totally opposite to what we think, but they're talking, and that's our job, to get people talking. And when they're talking, they're starting to buy into what we do and what we believe, and hopefully the change you want to see in your school. So these 2 days are tools and skill building for you to be the people who say, boy, when we go to that faculty meeting, if we use this strategy, I think that would be great for the faculty to look at this question, or look at our data, or you'll be able to match what you want with a given audience to the strategies you will then have to be able to do amazing work. And these are strategies that adult faculty nationally are trained on, and every once in a while students are given this toolkit. And you are part of the every once in a while really important extension of this work into young people being the instigators, as rightfully you should be. So that's what these 2 days are about. Just to put it in context, when you go home, a lot of you are already crunching data or have data and you're bringing it out. So there'll be home-based decisions about how you're going to use the strategies. There will also be a November 12th statewide conference that we are facilitating, and my hope is that each and every one of you takes a role in facilitating about 140 people who are dying to know what you're doing and how you're doing it, that each of you will choose a role that you're comfortable with at the end of these 2 days to lead a discussion, to facilitate a strategy for looking at the issues we care about. So that's November 12th, and we'll spend a little bit of time in the evening looking at that agenda and those opportunities, and a little bit of tomorrow afternoon too, just to get our acts together. If you look at your packet, there's a bright yellow piece of paper. This is the layout of our first day. And I just wanted to go through that piece that says guiding questions, so you have a sense, what is it that we're trying to get at over the course of the 2 days? And you can be guardians of that and kind of monitors and flag for us if you're not getting it yet. We can adapt and move to what we hear from you around what you need to make sure you leave after 2 days with what we hope you leave with. So So we're going to explore what are the roles and responsibilities of a facilitator. You know, this summer, those of you who were at the summer retreat, Yuga and Ian, I think if you want to look at what does a facilitator do, they were exemplary in being able to demonstrate what it looks like when young people are in the lead of this work. So, but really look deeply. You can look at the surface, but there's just a whole list of qualities and habits and dispositions and ways of being that make a good facilitator a good facilitator. So we'll be looking at that. So that's part of the skills piece. A piece that I know I go into meetings with as I facilitate after 30-something years of doing this, with some like rapid heartbeat, is what about difficult group members? Like who am I going to run into here that might be trying to dominate the discussion or undermine it, or the quiet person, or that I think as facilitators we go in responsible to make that conversation work, and you never know what you have before you often. So we're going to be spending some time with how, if you run into that situation, how do you deal with it? There's pieces throughout this of looking at your own strengths and your own blind spots. We all have them, so that you can be reflective about who you are and build your skills on those strengths and around those places that might be more challenging. And there is this voluminous amount of, there's a toolkit if you open up your folder. There's both a facilitator guide. You don't have to thumb through it, but just know it's there with that toolbox of strategies. And then the actual Be the Buzz Youth Voice Advocate Toolkit. Those are many of the things that you lived this summer during your orientation that you will be doing at the November 12th and the New York City training. They're the actual, this is what it looks like in terms of our box of YAST, of our transformation work. So you don't go home trying to remember all this. You go home with a whole, that's your grab bag.